Welcome back, class. Today, the Fandalorians are heading back to Eternia to review Masters of the Universe. We're going to break down everything from He-Man and Skeletor to the action, the nostalgia, and whether this movie truly had the power or just looked good holding the sword. All this and more in a By the Power of Grayskull episode of the Fandalorians. Teachers by day, nerds by night. That is the bell. Class is in session. My name is Mr. Richardson, fourth grade teacher, and the man who butchers all names on this show. Co-teaching with me today is Mr. G, second grade teacher, and the man who shocked me when he said he went to the movies to see Masters of the Universe. Together, we are the Fandalorians, teachers by day, nerds by night. Mr. McDonald's on special assignment. I don't think he knows we're recording. I'm thinking about this out loud.
He did not see the movie, in all fairness.
True.
So
that's true. Do we have to let him know we're recording? We can do it without him. He's not my mama.
No.
I ain't gotta tell him anything. We're the #1 pop culture podcast by public school teachers. Latest entertainment news, reviews, and debates. Shorter episodes, more action, more jokes, long-time friendship. You can email us at thefandaloriansmailbag@gmail.com. You can text us at 631-494-3632. Mr. G, we're gathered here today to break down Masters of the Universe. Let's jump into this.
I was going to say, I didn't even actually know this was a movie until I was in a store, I think maybe Target, and I actually saw a He-Man toy, and I was like, this looks interesting. I was like, oh, wait a minute, this is for a live-action movie. And then I was like, oh, wow, I didn't even realize.
How long before the movie came out did you see the toy?
It was probably like they put them like maybe a month out before.
Nice.
So this was sometime in May I saw it.
It's weird. I remember this being announced. I remember thinking about it, and then it just kind of...
We probably discussed it at some point, and I said I was excited to see it, but I don't think I saw a single advertisement for it anywhere.
No. It really just kind of... It's in theaters.
Mentioned it to someone yesterday, and they're like, there's a live action movie, and I'm like, yeah.
It's weird. It's just we live in a weird world now where if you're not watching regular TV, which most people don't, you're not seeing commercials. So even though I know they're on commercials and regular TV, I run into commercials because I watch sports. You're not a sports fan. Other than that, I wouldn't have known. But I went to check it out. I went with Eddie, the man of 1,000 shows, actually. He reached out. It's like, hey, he's never been to a movie. He doesn't go to movies. You say you don't go. The man hasn't been to movies in years. Hasn't been to the movies. So I was like, well, let's go. So we pulled up. Your history with this franchise. A lot of nostalgia here, Mr. G. Was this your toy of choice as a kid?
I got for Christmas a Castle Grayskull, a He-Man with a Battle Cat, Skeletor with the Purple Panther, a Merman, and the Flying Machine. I remember that's what I got like that Christmas.
The green one with the yellow wings?
Yes.
Wind Racer, maybe? I don't know.
Something like that. But that I watched He-Man all the time on TV. I have the DVD box set of He-Man, the animated series. I've watched all the animated series, like when it came out again back in the early 2000s. They had a reboot of it, which
that was a good one.
Yeah, it was really good. I watched She-Ra's reboot that they did. I watched the Netflix Will Smith, Kevin Smith's version of it. We talked about, loved it. And I even watched, they put out another one, like a kids version one, and I even watched that.
For me, this was the toy of choice as a child. This was, I don't know about you, but I had to make a choice. If I was going to get a full collection, you had to choose. And the options were really, for me, this was big. Thundercats was big. Transformers, G.I. Joe was like one of the big four. Realistically, a big four. He-Man was my one of choice. I remember the first episode coming out and missing it because I had CCD. I was devastated. I won the Miss CCD, which is like something you do like if you're part of the Catholic Church. I didn't get to go. Got home at 4:30. I missed it. I just saw the credits. I was very upset. Never knew what the first episode was. I knew no way of knowing the first episode wasn't an origin story. It was just an episode. And I remember being like, I didn't miss the first one. How am I supposed to know? I had everything. And Charlie, there wasn't a single toy I didn't have. I had Prince Adam, I had Tila, I had He-Man, I had all the castle, the Grayskull, both tigers. You name the character, I had everybody. That was the one I wanted, everybody. My mom, apparently I was really didn't want to go to school, a little shy. She used to bribe me with He-Man toys. Which seems weird at the time, because now she's like, I would never have done that, but she did it.
Mm-hmm.
I had Orko. No one else had Orko. There were some ones that were hard to find, but my mom tracked down Orko. My mom tracked down this one. I had them all, and this was my thing growing up. I seen every episode. I watched it religiously, so I knew when the movie came out. As much as I am a critic on this show and like butcher things, there's nothing they could do to make me unhappy. It's like with my daughters, and do something wrong. I'm like, nah, they didn't mean it. Like it must be a mistake because this was my thing.
It's interesting because it was something that I liked. And sometimes when they reboot these shows or these movies from your childhood, you kind of have an expectation. Like I remember seeing the Dolph Lundgren He-Man, and yeah. I did not like it at all because that was not He-Man to me.
Nothing.
I did not like it at all. All of these movies, when they come out, you're like, I don't know. But this one, when we get into it, I thought they did a fantastic job.
I did too. And I like, and I'll give them credit where credit's due. It's a tough franchise to hit, man.
Yeah.
Because what you're dealing with is, and we're going to get into this in a minute, but it's like G.I. Joe, Transformers, Ninja Turtles basically have never gone away. G.I. Joe maybe out of the three is less known, honestly. They still got these funny little things every day, but they're working. They have new comics out. They have new movies, new anime series in the work. Like Transformers has never left, and Ninja Turtles has never left either. They're always there. Yeah. This thing left and was just, it's a tough show to crack because you have basically the Thor Ragnarok world. You have like advanced technology meets like medieval times. Like they have
Conan.
Swords and sorcery, but then again they got laser guns, and they have. And when you read the origin of the show, it basically is, and they were caught up with trying to make some new series, and they were torn between the whole barbarian Conan aspect of it, or because Star Wars was popping like that kind of fantasy, and then someone in the room said, let's just mix it. Let's just have a world where science, advanced science, and sorcery and magic can all mix together. That's what you came up with. But to make it live action, it's very, very tough, and it's a hard thing to pull off, Charlie.
It was, and you know what? We'll get into it. But first, let's talk about Masters of the Universe. Give me the rundown.
Here's the rundown. First, the movie came out June 5th, a few weeks ago. The director was Travis Knight, who previously directed Kubo and the Two Strings and Bumblebee. I'm going to butcher names.
Which was both Kubo and the Two Strings was a great movie.
Oh, you've seen that.
And Bumblebee. Yeah, those were great movies.
Studios is MGM Studios and Mattel Studios, Escape Artists. They all kind of put in their thing. Amazon had a hand in this as well. Budget was about $170 million. It made about $110 million worldwide so far. Roughly $63 million domestically. They did have a relatively low budget. Didn't make a lot back, but it's still going. It's been decades in development, Charlie. And based on what I just said a few minutes ago, it's just hard. Because you got to have the technology, the ability to just make this all work. Screenplay has been rewritten a few times. Nicholas Galitzine, maybe? Sure. I butchered names. You know that. Was cast as Prince Adam. Filming took place primarily in London. Mattel's renewed interest after it had been abandoned like multiple times kicked in after success of Barbie. They looked in their toy box and said, hey, we got this here. Let's see if we can revive some more nostalgia, make some more money. And again, Travis Knight, who was a longtime fan of the property, reportedly wanted the movie to retain the colorful characters. Different from the movie you and I watched back in 80, whatever it came out, that was nothing like this. They ended up on Earth the whole time. He didn't look like He-Man, even though Dolph Lundgren had an appearance. Spoilers. This guy's like, nope, colorful characters, the fantasy, the mythology. It's just gonna make it look as much as He-Man as possible, and that's what they went with, and I loved it. The basic premise is Prince Adam is a young heir of the throne of Eternia. He's struggling to meet the expectations of his father, King Randor. Skeletor attacks the kingdom, and to keep him safe, they send him in a portal to Earth for his protection. with his magical sword. Very, very Superman theme. He's trapped on Earth. He grows up under the name Adam Glenn, but when he lands, he loses the sword in the process. So he's about, I think, 9 or 10 at the time, more or less, I think, somewhere around that. So 15 years have gone by. He knows he's supposed to be part of another world. He's working in human resources. He eventually gets access to the sword. Tila shows up. He makes his way back to Eternia and continues his battle against Skeletor as their savior of He-Man. That's the basic premise. We're getting back into it as well. Mr. G, how successful was this movie? Let's start with this. What'd you like about it? Let's go.
All right, this was a very successful movie. My son actually said, "Hey, Dad, do you want to go watch Masters of the Universe?" I'm like, "Sure, let's go." I thoroughly enjoyed it. When I watched it, like I said, sometimes I have this, if I'm anticipating it, I often get let down about it. Like it wasn't that exciting or it wasn't that great or didn't do anything spectacular. But this one, I had zero expectation for it. I hadn't seen a single trailer for it, watched it, and I loved it.
I had seen the trailer for it. I had shared the trailer with 2 people, Eddie Man of 1,000 Shows, and I think I shared it with our friend Jen Barth, who also, ironically, and you know her, that was her toy of choice as a kid too.
Yeah, she liked She-Ra, I believe, right?
Yes, and He-Man. She was deeper in. She knew more lore than I did. She was out here saying things. I'm like, oh, I didn't know. Yeah, we bonded on our love of He-Man. It's pretty weird. So I was excited about the trailer. This was successful for me, and I understand this thing's a little nitpick, but it was funny. They did not turn away from the fact that it's goofy. They kept it goofy. Charlie, I have to say, if there's one thing about this that I really like the most, I have to throw it out there. The action sequences, off the wall. Like, no one was expecting Man-at-Arms versus Trapjaw, Idris Elba versus whoever played Trapjaw. Sorry, no disrespect. To have a battle that lasted so long and so good. The fight sequences were so choreographed and so well done. I was impressed because it comes off cartoonish and corny, and the fights were incredible. Goofy, the jokes too. Some of them they pulled a lot of the Letterman humor too, where they just take a joke and then beat it to death for the rest of the movie because the joke was beaten to the ground. A couple of them I don't think we can say, but we talked about already. His naming of the characters. There's a lot there I really loved about it, Charlie.
I thought the fact that he was like, "Would you just call me?" He's like, "Yeah, you're Ram Man," and he's like, "What?" And then it was like a big joke. He's like, "Well, I don't know. I was a kid. That's what I just called you." To me, I think that was absolutely hysterical and such a great way to have those characters have those kind of funny names
and not walk away from them. It was brilliant.
I thought it was really good.
It was like, let's just call him Fisto, because that's what I would call him. Let's just call him Ram Man, because as a kid, that's what I go. And then they give him the nicknames. Like, that's not my name. It's just brilliant. You can call him that and not be silly, because no one with a straight face, my name's Ram Man. Makes no sense. He named him that, and then they kept the names to be funny. Excellent work. Differently, though, I mean, if I threw one thing out there, and I don't know about you, I wanted Orko. I get why Orko wasn't in it as much, because I'm assuming him in the numerous scenes would have cost more money, well over the 110 million or whatever they spent. But Orko was my guy. I wanted to see Orko, like, I don't know, trapped somewhere. His magic's keeping things together. I had to rescue Orko. I was hoping he'd show up. He did make an appearance at the end, right before the tease of She-Ra and for the final lesson, which I thought was a nice nod to the show. More Orko would have been fun. Charlie, you have something you would do differently?
My only complaint is that I felt like it was long. It was like a long movie to be He-Man. That's all. That was my only complaint. No, and it was like action packed, and the scenes, whatever it went, but I just felt like the movie was long.
You could have shaved 20 minutes off that. I think the whole jungle thing where Man-at-Arms was trying to get his stuff together and Tila Adam, like, fledgling love story, you probably could have chopped some of that out and saved time and could have kept this tight in like 150, maybe 145. I agree, though. I think it ran really long.
Yeah, like even some of those battle scenes, as cool as it was, like that whole jungle flying scene, that could have been shortened up.
That was really long, too.
It didn't need to be that long. Like, I get the part when they were in the jungle and they had the serious moment. Duncan decided that, all right, I have to get it together. And I thought the whole, like, him trying to tell Sheila how he fails and all this stuff and Tila. She was like, "Oh, well, let's just be friends." He was like, "Yeah, okay, cool. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly."
Yeah. That's it.
I get that. I thought it was funny, but where it could have been shortened was like that whole battle scene flying through with the fighting part.
Senior quote. Best line or line in the movie. You got a line from this?
I do. I was watching the movie, and the serious part at the end when He-Man has the sword in his chest and he's basically giving up, I lost, and then appears through all those different scenes.
Right.
And Skeletor was cracking me up in each of those scenes, especially when he was in when he went to the office and he was wearing the suit. I thought that was hysterical. I was like, that's really funny. But the sorcerer looks at him and goes, "So how did we get here? What did you say?" Or what's the magic phrase? And he's like, "By the power of Grayskull." And then she goes, "Yeah, and finish it." And I turned to my son and I was like, "I have the power." And then he said it, and I was just like, "Ooh, I got chills." I thought that was such a very powerful thing as a kid to just be like, "No, yes, there's Grayskull in here, but it's actually me. I'm the one who has the power to do the change." I thought that was like, besides the messaging in the movie, I just thought that was a great whole little scene right there. That I was like, oh, yes.
My best line was the same thing, that I have a power. And I hate to say it, Charlie, I'm not going to lie to you. That may or may not be my password to multiple things. I have the power. Once I started jumping into phrases, I had the power in the numbers. Kind of it. Everyone's like, it's Jordan 23. But yeah, I have the power has been by the power of Grayskull or Grayskull. Grayskull, some version of that has been it for years. Now everyone knows I got to change stuff.
Now you got to change it up.
But it's been a run, because I had something going on at work one day, and Mrs. Weber had to log in for something, and I told her my password. She's like, "You're such a geek." As she's typing it, she's like, "You're such a nerd." I'm like, "Shut up, man." But it's true. Funniest moment, intentional, unintentional. The thing that made me laugh the hardest, Charlie, has to be at the end where they're in a circle and they're laughing and they're putting their heads back laughing.
Yeah.
Which was, if you watch the cartoon, was how they all laugh. They're like, and they lean their head back.
And they had their hands on their hips.
Hands on their hips. And Cringer looking at them like, "You idiots." Like, just looking at them like, this is stupid. Like, pointing out the fact of the absurdity of it. Following joke where he goes to leave because there's trouble.
Yep.
He's like, does he not remember we saw him change the He-Man like multiple times? Like, why is he? Shh, just let him go. He's running. I gotta go take care of something, guys. Like that
is like the biggest change that they like shifted from the cartoon, is where Prince Adam, He-Man, was a secret identity.
They
and
take it away, and like Kevin Smith took it away. They like, nah, we're not doing secret identities.
Because it becomes one of those things where it's very cliche, like, oh, we got to run away. I laughed the entire way through this movie. Like, when you saw it before me, and you just said it. You said, "Charlie, you're gonna love it because it's definitely in the vein of Thor, Thunder and Love."
Yeah,
and I love that movie. You hated it, but it was hysterical. I laughed through the whole thing. I chuckled. Obviously, all the jokes with Fisto constantly through the whole movie was funny. And then there was just like little scenes here or there, like when they were beating up Skeletor at the end, and it was all slow-mo, and they show his face getting all crunched, all weird. And they show a cut scene of Cringer fighting Beastman, and they're both of them like stopped, and he's like gnawing on his head.
Yeah.
And they're just both looking like, what's gonna happen? Beginning to end, I thought the whole movie was funny.
Yeah, I mean, if I were to go into the Google Slides were perfect, most rewatchable moment, I mean, the first 15 minutes were just fantastic. If I had to go just a good 15, 20 minutes in from the opening battle to he's trapped, to there's a little sequence there where he's kind of lost his way, but then the second, I guess, Beastman shows up on the bridge.
Yeah.
From that run is a good 15 minutes of just action. The whole opening 20, 25 minutes, like I think of this movie, was just great. It really was. I could rewatch the I Have the Power thing again, and honestly, waiting for Cringer to turn to Battle Cat was also something that I was looking forward to as well. But I'd have to go there. Rewatchable?
Yeah. Well, the one comment my son said, because he's never really watched He-Man at all, he said, those battle scenes were actually really cool. And they were. Right. They did a fantastic job of choreographing all of those fight scenes.
It's like usually a movie, divide into 3 parts, act 1, 2, and 3, and there's 1 in each one. It was like 2 and 2, 2 in the first one, a bunch in the final one. And like I said before, they look like the toys I played with. The sword looked just like the sword. They didn't do
Yes.
anything different other than, wow, that's really the sword that I'm stealing at the end of this. As sad as I am.
Was there anything that didn't make sense to you?
No, I'm not gonna. No, not this one. It's all perfect. I can't.
Yeah.
It's sad, man. I can't do it. I'm like, I mean, it's, he lost the sword for that long, and then they somehow find.
But it was
him.
hysterical that he was trying to go find it. Like that whole
Yeah.
sequence of them finding the sword. Like I thought it
was funny.
I liked it.
I thought randomly getting a tweet from someone, "Hey, we found your sword," after all those years. It's just weird. But I get it, man. I'm not even. I can't nitpick this one. I left going like, nah, whatever. It's great. I'm happy.
And Cringer was a little too big. I don't know if you noticed, but Cringer was the same size as Battle Cat. Where part of
changed, he didn't get bigger.
He didn't actually physically get bigger because they rode Teela and He-Man rode Cringer.
Oh yeah,
and he wasn't Battle Cat. He didn't get turned into Battle Cat till the very end.
Yeah.
1 year later or whatever it was. But other than that, I didn't really have anything that didn't make sense. I thought it was all good.
Star Student. If I'm giving the sticker away, I'm gonna give a bunch of stickers away. I got to give the.
That's my thing.
I know, but I love the movie. I can't. It's nostalgia, man. It was nice. It felt young again. I'm gonna give it to Prince Adam. Give it to He-Man. That's a tough pull. He's carrying it with that like boyish kind of lost in fish out of water effect for the most part. He's holding it down well. Skeletor as well. This like everyone says is the best role Jared Leto's ever done, which is wild. I was like, you know what? He does a good job. And that one sequence with him being funny is good too.
Yeah.
I thought Teela was outstanding too.
And even the child actor who played Prince Adam when he was younger did a fantastic job.
Yes. I could have done without if I had to do something to pull from that didn't make sense. I didn't need the Man-at-Arms breakdown thing. It couldn't be necessary. Man-at-Arms like falling apart and Teela having to get thrown up, the whole thing. I don't know. I could have done without that.
I think because the message of the story was definitely like beating you over the head, like be a man, be a man, be a man, to the end when it wasn't about being a strong kind of man kind of idea, and I think Man-at-Arms had to get there as well.
Yeah. What about you? Stickers.
Oh, all around it. The biggest sticker does go to He-Man himself, the actor who played Prince Adam. I thought he did a fantastic job as being He-Man. Dolph Lundgren, once again, wasn't He-Man. Doesn't give me He-Man vibes. This guy, I think, did a fabulous job as being He-Man.
Dolph Lundgren with an appearance in the movie, though.
He did.
They gave him a little shout out there.
Yep. I thought casting was great. I thought they all acted their parts really well. I thought it was fabulous.
Are we both taking the sword?
What else is there to really take?
What prop would you steal from the set? Charlie, I want the sword.
You just have to have the sword because out of all the things, that just would be the coolest thing.
If the sorceress had a staff, I would take that.
She did. The sorceress didn't have her staff.
No, she didn't have the staff.
Evelyn had the staff.
I would take that staff. I would take Skeletor's staff too.
Yeah, his Havoc staff looked pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. I mean, if I had first choice the sword, but Charlie, I'm gonna give it to you. You earned it, buddy. So I'll take Skeletor's staff.
You'll take He-Man's loincloth.
Yeah, you know that. I'm gonna wear that to the beach. All right, teasers again next year. Now, I would love a sequel. They teased She-Ra, which was weird because she already had her sword, which I don't understand because that's not the lore, but that's okay. They're doing things differently.
So I feel like they have to bring in She-Ra because they're going to bring in Hordak to be the villain. I don't think Skeletor is going to come back as the main villain. I still think it's going to be Hordak.
I think he ends up, if you remember the cartoon lore, Skeletor had to team up with He-Man because Hordak is really Skeletor's biggest foe too.
Yeah.
Like Hordak's a problem. If they do a sequel, you could have that. There's two versions. In the cartoon version, he finds out he has a sister. He goes there and turns out there's a sword for her. She becomes She-Ra, and then she appears to be She-Ra already. In the other version, not the cartoon that was on Netflix, a different version.
The original?
The original version is a comic version that became really big for a while. Hordak kidnapped her as a baby, raised her, and she was basically a soldier working for Hordak. Like she was evil.
Oh, that was the Netflix version.
Oh, the Netflix did it that way too? Okay.
Yeah.
That's right. That was from the comics, and that's right. Netflix did it too.
Which was a fabulous cartoon.
So either way,
Or I should say
fine.
animated series.
Yeah, I would do it. I would just go back for it. I love that they had the sword. I loved her transformation.
One of the things that I
Excuse
thought was
me.
interesting with that was that technically He-Man was a human, in an Earthling human, because the mom said, Queen, I don't know, remember her name. The Queen said, I'm going to send you back to my home planet. So that means she came to Eternos from Earth. He-Man was an Earthling all along. And
well, so is she, though. She's his twin. In the cartoon, she got kidnapped as a baby. They never found her.
Mm-hmm.
And
but in the cartoon, He-Man wasn't a human, an Earthling, so to speak. They were just Eternians.
No. The mom was from Earth.
Always?
The mom, yeah, she was an astronaut from Earth. She landed on Eternia, and that's where she met the king.
You know what? I don't remember that at all.
Man, dude, I watched this so much. And she was an astronaut, and she landed, and that's where she met the dad. So he's like half Earthing, always.
Oh, you know
she
what?
Was an astronaut.
I did not know that at all.
Yeah,
I have to go back and watch these DVDs more carefully.
You got the DVDs, man.
It's on Prime. I gotta watch.
I was sitting there with Jen one day watching a bunch of them. You weren't there. We just went through them together, saw the episodes.
That's not episode 1, is it? Or is that just a later, like an explanation?
It's a later one, but it's like, I don't know where you're gonna find it. You could search it, figure it out. I'm telling you.
Gotcha.
I remember she was an astronaut, landed on Eternia somehow. I don't know. Went off to the moon and somehow ended up on another galaxy. But these things happen, Charlie.
Sounds good.
Yep. All right, letter grade. What are you doing? Unless you have something else.
No, it was awesome. Final letter grade. I'm going to give it an A. It's solid all around. It's definitely not a movie. Can't get the A+ because it wasn't a movie that I was like
game changer.
For example, Mr. McDonald said, "I'll wait for it to come out on streaming." Fine. That's okay. You can wait for it. This is not like, no. You actually have to go see it in the theater, like now. So whatever.
Don't waste time. Like I did that with Top Gun. Unfortunately, I had to. And I knew you would like this. Why I mentioned it. As I'm watching, I'm like, yeah, Charlie would like this. This is like Charlie's humor, and I'm loving it too. That's why I told you to go check it out. But yeah, it's not a game changer. And if you don't know the property that well, it might be a little more silly. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
It's
your son liked it though, right? He liked it.
He enjoyed it. He thought it was funny. Like he enjoyed the movie. If they had a second one, he would definitely want to go watch it. I had talked to someone yesterday actually about it, and he was like, "There's a He-Man movie in the theater." I was like, "Yeah, Masters of the Universe." He's like, "I don't even know." I'm like, "Either did I." If you're looking at movies and you're taking like a Marvel movie, thinking about Marvel, it's not a serious Marvel movie. It's more of the action comedy. The Thor Ragnarok and Thor Thunder, God of Thunder. I had what is it? Love and Thunder. Love and Thunder.
Yeah, it was definitely a good time though.
Yes, definitely a good time.
All right, Mr. G, we are out. That's our review of Masters of the Universe. For Mr. G, I'm Mr. Richardson. Thanks for listening to the podcast. And we'll talk to you next time on the Fandalorians, teachers by day, nerds by night.